guys, and welcome back to another. It's me, Cam from Cam's Cobb, and welcome back to another daily Chelsea transfer news video. And yes, I'm finally back, so of course I'm going to be hitting you with the daily transfer news video. So without further ado, there's so much to get in for today. Let's go on with the first story. Starting off with Anthony Gordon. Now I'll run you through the events. Yesterday I was at a festival. My signal was a bit bad. I watched the Tottenham game for about 40 minutes consistently. Of course I watched the second half, so I saw the 96th minute equaliser, Tottenham equaliser. Then straight after, add bullet to the wound, Chelsea are linked with Gordon. And you think about it more, yes, he's a player that fits our system, and of course 21-year-old England international, under 21 international, and Everton's best player pretty much. He would fit our system, a winger attacker, very versatile, can play wing back. However, 4 goals and 2 assists in the Prem last year, a transfer marked value of 18 million, and Chelsea are offering 50 million. From Fabrizio Romano yesterday, they said Chelsea are discussing internally a new proposal for Anthony Gordon as opening bid of £40 million and rejected by Everton today. Chelsea could try and include players in the deal as Frank Lampard wanted more than one CFC player this summer. So the next bid is looking like it's going to be £50 million, with either Conor Gallagher or Armando Broja being added in the deal. And yeah, as I keep going on and saying about this deal, the less it makes sense to me. Of course, £25 million, yeah, I'd pay. 50 million, I'm not too sure. But as a Chelsea fan, you've got to think, if this money is burning a hole in Todd Boehly's pocket and he wants to spend it, then there's nothing you can do. Of course, the scouts know more than me. Is he Chelsea stand yet? I'm not too sure, but that's enough about Anthony Gordon. But before I finish, Anthony Gordon was spotted in London today, so maybe that adds links. Maybe he's coming to London to negotiate the deal, so this deal looks more progressing. Of course, he also commented on Reece James' post yesterday, so adding legitimacy to that again. Let me know, Chelsea fans, if you actually want Anthony Gordon to join Chelsea. I'd much rather the money spent elsewhere. But on to the next story. More coming out is on Aubameyang, who I'd rather sign than Anthony Gordon, from Fabrizio Romano, that said Chelsea owner have asked around €30 million fee for Pierre-Emerick Aubameyang during the weekend. Chelsea wanted to spend way less than this, as Marcos Alonso is still part of the conversations. Tuchel pushing for Aubameyang as priority, but Xavi insisted to keep him. This is interesting because, of course, £25 million, the asking fee they want, they got Aubameyang for free, so yeah, they've been making money, giving Barcelona a profit. Around £20 million for him would be a good striker. We know what we're getting with Aubameyang. We're getting guaranteed goals, where, like Olivier Giroud signing, which kind of lacked yesterday. Of course, Kai Havertz playing a 9 is okay because he links up the play well, but he did miss a City yesterday, and more clinical player like Aubameyang, even coming off the bench, would probably score a goal yesterday, which is very important in the title race, because the title challenges Tottenham were played off the park, and if we were more clinical, we would have got the result we deserved. So again, Aubameyang, the deal looks like it's progressing. Of course, Barcelona are saying they want to get rid of Frankie de Jong more than Aubameyang, which I'll be talking about later, of course. But yeah, again, a striker, we do need a striker. We also need a midfielder and a centre-back, but I'll talk about that later. Anyway, on to the next story. So, speaking of Frankie de Jong, the final of the main 3 players I'm going to be talking about today, of course, Frankie de Jong. Young, 24-year-old centre midfielder from Barcelona, can play DM, centre-back even, and attacking mid. He's got it all, and he's generational talent. Very, very good. The price is around £71 million. That's more like his transfer market value rather than Gordon, whose offer is so much more than his transfer window. But more importantly, today's Manchester United offer for Frankie de Jong is expired, so if he was to leave, Chelsea only player in for him, so he'd probably join Chelsea. However, he's been more neglected to join Chelsea, as in he wants to stay at Barcelona, but if he were to move, Chelsea's his main option. You know, with these deals, it's always important what the player wants, but of course we know Barcelona's situation. It's a bit of a minefield to negotiate around breeding transfer news, but it looks like it's ticking, going in a forward way, and hopefully Frankie de Jong can sign Chelsea, because that would be a statement signing. There's been news articles saying Chelsea main midfield target, and they're going to wait to the end of the window, as long as it takes, to sign Frankie de Jong. But people like Fabrizio saying Chelsea are absolutely in the race for Frankie de Jong and try to the very end, that kind of emphasises what we want and what we need. And yeah, it's all good stories. 3 main players I'll be speaking about at ingoings, but finally I'm going to be one more. A player that looks like it's going to be closest joining is Inter Milan's starlet midfielder Cesar Castell. We're going to Fabrizio Romano, of course, again. Been on it with Chelsea, so I mean, he ratioed Brighton, so he gains a bit more legitimacy. Chelsea new proposal for Inter talent Cesar Castai will be submitted very soon, as Todd Bowley wants to get the deal done this week. The deal is going to be done very soon. Of course, Inter rate him very highly, very young, progress talent like Carney Chukwuemeka. We're also signing old players and young players. Is good review from Todd Bowley, very interesting. Of course, midfield is what we need for the future, with both Kante and Jorginho's contract ending next year. They're not getting any younger either, so the future is bright. But speaking of midfielders, Conor Gallagher looks like he's going to go out on loan or be signed. Lots of clubs are interested in him. The likes of Everton, Newcastle are in the race for Gallagher. And finally, I'm going to be talking about one outgoing. West Ham United have bid £13 million for Chelsea defender Emerson, which is good. Of course, we got on Cucurella, so Emerson was never going to stay. We paid around that much, so we're not losing as much money. And balance the books, financial fair play, very important, of course, when we're spending over £200 million. But thank you guys for watching. See you tomorrow for more Chelsea news, and hopefully a deal comes up very soon.